Alright guys, hope you're all doing well, hope you're all keeping safe, hopefully you all had a good weekend. Now I firmly expect State of the Game to return this Wednesday, the 20th, allowing the devs to have 2 live streams before the release of Title Update 12.1, which is due to release on February 2nd. Now when I say firmly believe, what I mean is I did firmly believe, past tense, because it's quite possible that TU12.1 is going to be delayed following the devs' response to a tweet today. Also, there's some people who speculate that Year 3, if there is one, might be PvP related. Is that a possibility? Let's take a look. Drop a like and subscribe to keep up to date with all the videos, and let's begin. So to start with, Title Update 12.1 is due to come out on February 2nd, as per the last State of the Game on December 2nd. Yannick confirmed on this State of the Game. He confirmed this when he was talking about how Codename Nightmare will no longer have the repurposed Kenley College, but instead just include the apparel only, touting that this event will include the most exciting outfits yet, with trophies and skins as well. Now, aside from this new apparel event, Title Update 12.1 will also include the next generation improvements, which includes improved frame rates with 4K 60 FPS unlocked on next gen consoles. Optimization costs are being reduced as well, following feedback from the community. Now, if there is anything else, it hasn't been confirmed yet, and as you can imagine, people are excited with the prospects of playing next gen, along with other changes. I myself am looking forward to the apparel event. I'm actually quite glad that I don't have to do Kenley College, even if it was going to be repurposed, but there is some concern that this update has been delayed. So a follower on Twitter of mine, Swainy, reached out to me and sent me this screenshot. And as you can see, the question is asked of the Division devs following a maintenance today, I believe, where it said, when will the next patch, when will the new patch update arrive for the lower optimization cost? Does this patch include the 60 FPS update as well? To which the official Division 2 Twitter account replied, at this time, we do not have a specific date on when these changes will be implemented. However, we hope to have an update for you in the near future. But wait there, Yannick confirmed on December 2nd, State of the Game, that TU12.1 will go live on February 2nd. And with only kind of 2 weeks tomorrow until then, I think TU12.1 will likely be pushed back. I just don't see why the official Division account wouldn't say it's going to be coming out in the next 2 weeks if that wasn't the case and had been previously confirmed. I doubt it will be a considerable amount of time following that, to be honest. If it is going to be delayed, I suspect it maybe will be a week or 2 maximum. But as someone who is literally waiting for Codename, the new apparel event, and the Fail Out Manhunt to start playing again, or really start to play again, along with the optimization stuff as well, because, whilst I do play to get those optimization things, I'm kind of looking forward to dabbling a bit more in there, then a week or 2 delay is actually an eternity. Is it expected? Yes, kinda, but I just hope that's not the case. I really hope I'm wrong here, guys. If I do get an update, I will post it in the communities tab. Next up, and I want to discuss the speculation that Year 3 of the Division 2 might be PvP related, if of course we get a Year 3, which has still not been confirmed yet. As I said in my last video on Friday, I don't believe we'll get any news until after the Fei Lao Manhunt either goes live or ends. I'd be very surprised if we hear anything until then. I don't think they'll even talk about it on State of the Game. If they do, it will either just be a yes, something is coming, or no, it's not coming, but I don't think there'll be any significant details. Now, just to make my position clear on this PvP speculation, I just can't see this happening, and I'm going to explain why. So I think the main thing that people are pointing towards is Redstorm possibly back working on the Division following their updated Twitter banner to a rogue symbol a little while ago. Some of that I actually covered here on the channel previously, also saying that I think Redstorm might well be back. Now, what capacity? We don't know. It could be for a Year 3, it could be a Division 3, or they just possibly like the rogue symbol. We just don't know at this point. Note that Redstorm are currently hiring for a AAA unannounced project, so I'm not going to speculate around that because I did that with Massive and their unannounced project, and that appears to be Star Wars. So yeah, it could be anything at this point. Now, Red Storm, for the most part, acts mostly in kind of almost an assistance capacity rather than develop whole games. The Division 2, The Division, Far Cry, I believe they've also been they've been involved in many games, but these are just a few games they have worked on, and mostly they are there for the start of the game release, and then they kind of just move on after a year or so. With The Division, they helped push out update 1.8, which was about 18 months after launch, and I believe they were working on other stuff as well, and then they moved on. With The Division 2, after year 1, they left, and have been working on other things since, which is why there have been no PvP related content since their departure, because Red Storm predominantly work on PvP related things. Massive, they're the PvE side. Red Storm, they're the PvP side, and that's a very distinguishable thing between these two studios. Now, this is probably the biggest bit of possible evidence that suggests that Red Storm are back, along with the possibility of a new Dark Zone coming in New York. This was something I actually covered ages ago. I can't remember, it was a long time ago now. But someone who worked on the art for the Dark Zones, I believe they were definitely something to do with the art side of stuff for the Division on the Dark Zones, talked about a Dark Zone in New York, and then people went in-game and found a pretty strong entrance to a new Dark Zone area. So that was quite convincing, and I think I jumped on that one. A lot of people jumped on that one. And this is, of course, something Red Storm would probably be a part of. So there is kind of some correlation there. I don't know if correlation is the right word, but there's something there, possibly. The other thing is, with Massive now focusing on Star Wars and Avatar, it's quite possible that Red Storm have been asked to come in and offer some assistance for year 3. And if they have, then it's possible that PvP will be the agenda, because like I said before, Red Storm, they're PvP, Massive, they're PvE. But even with these things in mind, I really don't think it's going to happen. Like I've said before, the story suggests that if we get a year 3, there will be some story-driven content. That's just going to happen. We're either going to get a year 3 and it's going to be story driven, or we're not going to get a year 3 and I don't think we'll get anything at all. PvE dominates this game. Massive have all but abandoned PvP at this point, adding no new content for a really long time. When I say Massive, I don't know if it's Massive. In fact, it's probably Ubisoft that have abandoned PvP in this game at this point. The thing is, PvP in this game doesn't make any money, right? The vast majority of people who are still playing this game are for the PvE portion of the game, and this is where Massive can make money. With maybe another DLC, with a Warlords type DLC for £30, or seasons with an £8 price tag. People aren't going to pay for that stuff if it's just PvP related, because the community for that stuff is just so small. Now, of course, I want Red Storm to come back alongside Massive and offer something for PvP players, whilst Massive focus on PvE content. If they did that, you'd probably see me back playing PvP again, which I never think I'm going to do in this game again. I'll be honest with you. That is the dream, and that's been the dream all along, but surely it would have made more sense to offer this in year 2 than wait a year, let more PvP players bleed away from the game, and then bring all that stuff for year 3. That to me doesn't make any sense at all. The way I see it is Massive have proven they are not interested in investing in PvP. Sure, they've made balance changes and things, but in terms of content, there's been nothing. And I think they've done this because if we do get a Division 3, I think it's going to be PvE only, possibly just story driven. I think they want to remove the community who plays PvP in this franchise, so people don't have that expectation with the next game or any new content. I could be wrong, of course, but that's what it looks like, and I'm just kind of following the trend. Or it's quite possible that they just wanted to invest really in PvE only for this game and go a different direction to the Division, where we got far more kind of PvP love. Again, I'd love to give the PvP players some optimism, but I'm 95%, if not higher, sure that PvP is done and there is no PvP content coming. Like I said, if year 3 could include some significant PvP updates from Red Storm, and then also have PvE updates in terms of a DLC from Massive as well, well, I think everyone will be happy for the most part, but it's just not going to happen. That's it though, guys. Weekly vendor reset tomorrow, so make sure you've got notifications turned on so you don't miss my reset video, where you can easily find what you want and where it is, rather than go on the game and check all the vendors for yourself. It's just much more convenient for you guys to do that. Thanks for all of your support and sticking around until the end of this one, guys. Epic out.